Hello? Hello to all of you. It's a very, very, very big and great pleasure to have the honor to share with you who we are, what we do, and a different vision of the parking industry. I would really want to thank Penny Cabeza for inviting me here. I am Max KORDYLAS. I run a company called Yellow & Co. We are parking consultants. And at the same time, I should not be saying parking consultants because we should rather call ourselves retail consultants specialized in car parks. There is one reason why I'm saying or making this difference is that the biggest car park owners around the world are shopping malls. And on all car park events, people that are never there are shopping malls. For a very simple reason, their car parks are free. And no money coming in, no event. So it looks like they don't have problems because they don't make money at the car parks, but in fact, shopping mall car parks are a very, very big concern and have very specific concerns. And this is what I'm going to try and share with you. And I'm really sorry, I'm going to do it in English because Hebrew is not exactly the language that I would master. And I will do my best to speak slowly, and if any of my sentences or what I'm saying is not understood, just please lift the hand and I will try to explain it again. So the first thing we start with is no parking, no business. Bad parking, bad business. We do good parking so our customers, and that are actually the owners, do good business. We actually have two departments within our organization. One is dealing with all the mobility, traffic, and parking and engineering, and the other one will be rather wayfinding, interior design, scenography, and actually dealing with the customer experience. We do cover, when we're on greenfield projects, we will be covering from, let me just try and see the other ones, from how you dimension, where you put the car park, why should it be underground or overground, and we will be therefore how you deal with the accesses and the exits, where you put the ramps, how many and why you should put them there. Then when the structure is done, we would move into the internal layout and circulation. Then all the access control concerns, parking guidance, and dynamic flow management. We also have a dynamic exit management that would be sensors that are implemented on the exits, and that would try and find the right word, that would detect eventual go-slows on exits and send the traffic to other exits. Sorry. Then once that is done, we all have the enforcement and the standard signage, that's road markings and enforcement signage. And this would what I would call being the customer experience or the design/branding part of it, with branding the entrance and the visibility of the entrance, then differentiating the different levels or the different parking pockets, and pedestrian wayfinding. Then the contracting, we will be just assisting your local contractor and not trying to replace him in different countries where you have different languages and different cultures. So we consider ourselves as parking designers specialized in shopping malls for the simple reason is that the customer gets to the shopping mall, until he's gotten rid of his car, he's just a potential customer. He's not yet a customer because you cannot cash anything from him. You cannot sell anything to him. So he is the actually official supplier to the mall. This slide is going to play with the difference that you do have between a standard car park and shopping mall car parks. So standard car parks are 100 to 1,000 slots large in general, and basically they're aimed towards residential or offices. That means what you're looking at is get someone to park in there, and he's going to stay somewhere around 6 to 8 hours when you talk about offices, and 8 to 12 or 10 hours when you talk about residents. This means that the car park is built to have the maximum amount of monthly subscriptions. And that means traffic that doesn't move. Cars parked, people know their slots, they know how to get in, and there's no problem. So to deal with this, you're actually designing to put the maximum amount of bays, because every extra bay that you put in your car park is extra revenue. This is the driver for 95 or 98% of the car parks in the world. And this means that all documents that architects will actually find as they are trying to design a car park will be designing that sort of car parks. And the maximum traffic that you will be seeing in that car park is just about twice its capacity. That means 2,000 cars, 4,000, a car park of 1,000 slots large. When you talk about shopping mall car parks, you go from 1,000 to 10,000 slots. And if you had 5,000 slots in your car park, you would be expecting every high attendance day, that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if you're open on Sunday, you would be expecting 5 times that amount. That means 5,000 slots, 25,000 cars a day. And if you're expecting 25,000 cars a day, I am not sure that that slot that is hidden over there and that crazy road going around is the best solution to deal with that traffic, and we'll be seeing that very soon. So what we're saying right here is saying, in this case, we're designing for rotation. The first thing we do is actually draw the traffic management system that we're going to design, roads, rings, etc., and we put the car park around it. This basically actually says I'm putting less slots per built space to deal with my roads. And we will see that by doing that, you will end up doing an extra rotation per day, and at the end, you're delivering more clients to the shopping mall, even though you've removed some slots in the car park. So we're going to look at what happens in a shopping mall car park. This is a 2,700 slot car park. It's the basement of a shopping mall in France, actually. It does have, these are the lobbies that you're seeing here, these dark slots. Entry and exit are here. They're with the different barriers because it's paid parking in this case. It's actually paid parking. It does have barriers, but it's 5 hours free. So it's paid, but no one pays. It's actually just making sure that no one, it's close to the airport, so it's making sure that no one drops their cards there when they're going on holidays. Other entry exit is here. So this is going to be what happens in the car park on winter sales weekend. That means high attendance. It's 10 o'clock. The shopping mall opens at 10, so the cars that are parked here in red are actually cars that park between 9 and 10. These cars are most probably the tenants. In other words, the people working in this shopping mall are already occupying 18% of the shopping mall and have taken all the premium slots, and they're not moving for the day. It's not very positive as far as sales are concerned. We can see that the customers are intending to come because just 1 hour later, we're already at 72% full. 1 hour later, that's 12 o'clock, we are now at 95% full. It's 1 o'clock, we're 98% full. It's 2 o'clock, we're 98% full again. It's 3 p.m., we're 98% full. In other words, nothing happened in this car park. It was just 98% full for the past 3 hours. No. We actually parked in 1 hour 1,125 cars and 1,041 went out. This car park with 98% full, that means only 53 slots available, actually received 1,125 cars and parked them. And to get to this, the answer is what you see here. This internal ring is actually what I call my waiting room. You came in the car park, it was full. But by the time you went around that ring twice, a slot was available and the parking guidance system drove you into it. So if we just look, we actually have 20 slots that are being freed per minute. So if whether you got in the car park and it was full, in a matter of 3 minutes, I have 60 slots. I'm going to get you a parking slot. That's not a problem. So as you see, these numbers continue all around and last till the end of the day. So we consider that we round these numbers up by saying 50% of my car park comes in, 50% of my car park goes out every hour, simply because the average stay in such a shopping mall would be 2 hours. So it's just basic maths. But this says that when we're designing the car park, we're designing the car park to have, in this case, 2,700 cars in the car park, parked, and 2,700 cars, that is 50% each, driving in and out of the car park per hour. And that's the constraint. It's not parking the cars, it's the amount of cars driving in and out. So this is the same car park that we just seen in details. We're seeing the entry and the exit, the other entry and the exit, and my ring, that's my waiting room, going around and distributing all my parking slots. There is also one thing is, we'll see in details, there is not one parking slot that is directly accessed from the ring. To park, you have to turn into an alley, then you have the parking slots. For a very simple reason, we don't want anyone stopping on the ring waiting for the car to get out so he can get in. What you're seeing here, this extra extension, is a dynamic ring extension for a simple reason. We have over here a helix ramp that is taking us to an overflow car park on top of the rooftop of the mall. No one actually really wants to go there. But when the car park here is fuller than 70%, we extend our ring here, taking you in front of this ramp, and we are saying there's 300 slots up there or there are 400 slots up there. So it's your choice. You turn around until you get a slot, or you go up and you get a slot directly. With this, we never have to shut the entrance of the shopping mall car park. That's the most important thing. We're seeing the details here, and as you're seeing, the ring is double lane, free of all parking slots. To park, you get in an alley, then you can park, and you can recycle in the alley because we get it to run this way. So when you're coming in from here and all the slots are full, you'll be seeing red. All these are the parking guidance panels. You'll be seeing red, 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 red. You see green here, take a green, park, and then you get into the lobby. That's basically how the whole system works. This one is going to give you a headache, but I just want to drive you quickly inside it. It's looking at, oh no, sorry, I don't have it. I removed the slides because it's really a headache. It's basically slides that were saying, we calculated the amount of time that customers take to find a parking slot. And the answer of this is, on one Saturday, the cumulated time taken by all the customers in a 6,000 parking slots is 5,000 hours looking for a parking slot. If the average speed in a car park is 10 kilometers per hour, your customers drove 50,000 kilometers in the car park looking for parking slots. I think it's a lot. So our job is basically dividing that number by 2, by 3, by 4, and making sure that we park the cars as fast as possible, get them out as fast as possible. So how do we design car parks for shopping malls? It's just the second part of this. This is a shopping mall that is in over here with a ground floor and a first floor. The height of a shopping mall is about 8 meters. The average height of a car park is about 4 meters, meaning that in the height of one level of of shopping mall, I can put 2 levels of car park. So I do have a mezzanine, and that's what we will be seeing here. You have a ground floor, a mezzanine level of parking, and a first level of parking. Okay? My flows coming from the north are about 40% of my traffic. There's the highways over here, and it's quite a big highway with about 5 lanes or 8 lanes in one direction and the same on the others. So this one comes from the service road, and he will turn in, and he's driven into the ground floor. When they are leaving, they leave from the ground floor, round the about, and fly over, going back home. My traffic coming from the south, that is actually 60% of my traffic, is driven over by a super flyover that's flying over this one and flies in, but then we convinced the client that he was going to spend $1.5 million building this extra bridge to keep my flows away from the ground. And his question was, why would I spend that money? The answer is quite simple. If I had brought my traffic down to the floor, they would all enter on ground level. That means 100% of my traffic is on ground level. When ground level is full, they would go to mezzanine level. From mezzanine level, our statistics say 80% of my traffic go down, pedestrians go down. That means they're getting in the mall on the ground level. In this case, it's only when ground floor, mezzanine are full that I would start having clients on the first level and direct access in the mall on the first level. With this system here, by keeping this flow and then taking them straight to the first level, on Monday morning at 10 a.m., when I open the mall, I have traffic parked on ground floor, traffic parked on first floor, coming in the mall over there. That changes the rent of the whole first floor. So with that expensive bridge, he's actually having no preferred floors in his mall. All of them have the same pricing value, and they're seeing the same amount of customers coming in from all the entrances. Any questions or reactions? Okay. Here's another example. Our goal is saying we have traffic coming in. What we want to do is we want to share the traffic through the different car parks so that the entrances to the mall actually are delivering an average number, because once again, if more traffic is coming from one entrance, it's changing the rent and putting the rent over there at a higher price, and the other shops have problems to run. So here's one example. What we're doing here, do you have Carrefour here? Carrefour, it's a supermarket, okay? So we have this giant supermarket called Carrefour, and both of these car parks, 9 and 11, actually give access to different entrances, but give access to Carrefour. So we're adding the Carrefour logo to it. And what we're doing is that the Carrefour logo would get on, we can also get on from here, but it will get on the parking that has the most amount of slots. With this, we're actually sharing our traffic. People who know the place, they will do what they want to do, okay? But the person who's a newcomer, he sees Carrefour's this way, he wants to go to Carrefour, then we will actually put a bit more traffic, maybe about 10% more traffic here and 10% more traffic here. Just balances the numbers and keeps those small shops that are on the way going to Carrefour alive. So this is what we're saying, is that we're really using the car park to generate or to rebalance the business in the mall. This is the global system that we use in parking guidance. That's everyone knows the indoor version, the sensors or camera-based, and the local panel that says whether or not you have slots available in that alley. All around the world, in most shopping malls that that I've had the occasion to visit, this is all that they have. And this is the outdoor version with sensors, or you would have today camera-based that are looking down with the information here. These panels are actually the most important panels, because these are the ones that will be telling you what car parks, what floors, what levels have available slots. And that's what you actually need. Once you're on the level, you will find your slot. Other thing here, this is the entrance totem. You will never see, designed by us, P1 so many slots, P2 so many slots, P3 so many slots, for a very simple reason. I'm expecting 30,000 cars today. If 30,000 cars stop, read, try to decide, pull out the phone, take a picture, or pull out the cigarette and to start writing, I'm going to P3, well, I've created a traffic jam in front of my entrance. So what we're just saying is, go in, there's space. When you're coming to this panel here, you can have both options. If it was full, that one would go red, and that one will be green. So when you're coming in, it's basically follow the green arrows, I give you a parking slot. That's the whole thinking behind this. So this basically is the end of the first part. The rest will be just a few examples that I want to share with you. What we're seeing right here is the rooftop of a shopping mall. That means usually the car parks that no one wants to go to. The first thing is it's full. The second thing is there's no traffic, there's no one fighting, even though it's a very high attendance day. And that car that's over here most probably should be coming from this alley over here. And once it's now gone, we will now have updating our digital panels, and we will send some traffic back up to deal with this. It will not forcefully appear with only one slot available. We will wait until we have something like 10 or 12, and then we reopen, we get the panels to get you in. There you are. This is showing you, just this example. This is showing you Centro. It's a shopping mall in Oberhausen, Germany. It's 260,000 square meters GLA. It's actually the largest shopping mall in Europe with 12,600 slots for a shopping mall. That's almost the same amount of parking as Dubai Mall in Dubai. This car park is, this shopping mall is actually everything that's orange over here, with a restaurant bar that's here around the canal and the leisure area. The car park we want to look at is actually, you have 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That's about 9,000 slots, and the other 8, 9, 10, 11 are close to the arena, can be used as extra overflow for the mall, or they're used for the arena when there's an event. The car park that we're interested in is this one. It has on one end the cinema, the food court, and a theater. The theater is 1,250 cars coming out and coming in for a show, but they all come out at the same time. Sometimes the cinema has 300 cars trying to get out. So that gives us 1,800 cars trying to get out of this car park. That's 2,500 slots, all at the same time. This is what the design of the car park looks like. It's a dead end that you're coming down here, so everyone will be coming in here. And what did the architect design? He designed 2 half office car parks, if I could call them that way, because I do have a ring going round, but I have slots on it. So that's the best efficiency for the parking, but not forcefully the best efficiency for traffic. Okay? I have 2 parkings that are identical, so this means that I have an entrance here and an entrance here. But since this flow is crossing, I have a red light. When the theater lets go its traffic, I have 1,250 cars trying to come down this ramp and go here, and this red light actually gets them to jam all the way up and block the whole car park. So the problem with that is you're not getting your new traffic in, you're not emptying the roads, you can't get your traffic out. So what we did here is we said the first thing, we're putting all our entrances here, exits here. So you get rid of the red light and you can push traffic in here and everyone's coming out from here. The only weak point with this is that we're now using only 1 ramp to bring our traffic down, and if anything happens here, well, we have to use this ramp and it's going to be complicated. So what we did is we have put sensors here. If we ever have go slow or something slowing down, we would, in that case, close this entrance, dynamic panels using this as an exit, and we will drive our traffic this way and they take the exit. It does happen that this is the day the system was installed. We're in Centro, and I was just driving to the place. I did put a reflex, put my GoPro on, and as you see, we have 1 entrance that's open and 1 that's closed. We were in the dynamic exit mode. Okay? So we're driving all our traffic to here. As you see, we do have added extra LED chevrons that you will be seeing here also. We do have a panel here, but these LED chevrons are used when we want to emphasize a direction. So this car park is entirely designed and refurbished by us from head to toe, that all the floor paintings, wall paintings, including all the signage and panels. So as you're coming in, it's red when it's full, pedestrian signage on top of the pedestrian walkway, then the information telling you what's going on above, repeated on the dynamic LED chevron. The 800 slots are available up there. We drive up, and you would see that as soon as you get, so as you're seeing, there are cars on the ring, but it's still running, so no big deal in this case. You will see that we do have here an extra chevron. If we wanted to influence our flows, we would just get that panel to blink. And you see that 30% traffic would just start going up directly. So as we're going forward, you will realize that there's going to be a bit of a jamming down here with this car that's hesitating. He knows the place. The arrows here are saying that the exit is down. This is saying that the exit is down. But as I said, it was just installed, so it's not blinking yet. And the fact that it's not blinking is getting him to hesitate because, as you will see, there is a bit of traffic in front of him and it's getting slow. Okay, so I am taking the exit route, the secondary exit route that he would have done. The only thing that's missing here was the blinking. And you'll see that I would basically have a freeway out. I don't have any entry flows coming from here since my entry is closed, or my entry is over there, getting me to use this alley alone. And basically, I'll find my way out of this car park. And this can stay like in this state for 10 minutes because it doesn't require any human action. It's all dynamic and automatic. So the first chevron is the one taking me to the ramps that go up. This one is taking me out. And you will actually realize what was the cause of the go slow. If you're looking in this direction here, you will realize that we have quite a few pedestrians that are walking here. And these pedestrians walking in the car park are actually slowing the exit lane to a extent where the sensors detected that and have switched it. There we are. Thank you very much. Any questions, any remarks?